Hey guys, so a bit of a different video today because number one, I'm sure you're noticing, where am I? I'm in a different
Hello.
location, and I'm also with one of you. Plug your channel.
Hey guys, Stealthy Bomber here. I'm drinking some Pepsi.
This is one of my best friends, and honestly, one of the only people who I can actually get to watch my videos. YouTube. Anyways,
He's like my baby brother. I will defend his honor with my life.
I'd about to make an After the Last Airbender reference, but probably none of you would get that.
I really want to get it on. I really want to get that. They have the full thing of that and Legend of Korra. I am saving up for it.
Okay, so basically what we're here to do today is a video series I've wanted to start for a while now, but haven't gotten to it yet until today. And it's comparing two movies from the same company and
From DreamWorks in this case.
And figuring out which one was the better one. So today I'm going to be defending Shark Tales, or as most people will probably know it, the freaking Will Smith fish.
And I shall be defending Kung Fu Panda, aka Jack Black's ultimate accomplishment.
Ironically, because he was also in this movie.
Oh yeah, that is. I forgot.
He's the voice of Lenny.
Well, I mean, anything Jack Black does, in my opinion, is amazing. But this is the one where he actually gets to be the star for the first time.
Now the reason why I'm choosing to defend the Shark Tales movie is because, controversial opinion, I have never liked this movie. Even when it came out, I never liked it. I never saw the appeal.
Whereas I really like both, as you can see, because both of these CDs are mine. But as of recently, I actually finally got to watch the second Kung Fu Panda movie. I got this one when I was like in elementary school, and I really liked it. But I really got back into it after finally getting to watch the second one, learning more about the backstory and stuff. Not to mention, I have two precious little cousins who are absolutely obsessed with this franchise.
Now, the funny thing, I say that because there's a lot of popular things that I absolutely don't like that are incredibly popular. Because, like, for example, I never saw the appeal of this movie. And I like the Despicable Me series, but I hate the Minions. Like, with a passion.
He really does. Like, if you look under my bed, if I can grab the little thing out of here. Why'd I put it under here?
Again, like I said the last time, I'm not editing this.
Yeah, I'm halfway done with editing one of our other projects. Editing takes a while, guys. But I have Minions house shoes because I thought they were cute when I was little. But I can see why he hates them. They're definitely cuter in the first movie.
And they get stupid as the series goes on, because I haven't even seen their movie.
I've only seen, like, the first two movies, and I'm just too lazy to give a crap about the others.
Oh, and another controversial opinion, I hate Olaf.
I love Olaf.
we need to just do a video on that. But not today.
We should do a video on which one you despise more, Olaf or the Minions.
Minions.
Yes. Well, I guess the video don't need to be made then. Because at least Olaf is cute and less annoying.
He's decent in the second movie, which I haven't even seen yet.
I haven't even seen it either. I love the first one, though. He's just a sweet little cinnamon roll who loves hot chocolate, even though it could kill him, and warm hugs.
We're 4 minutes into this video and haven't even started the debate yet.
Oh, yeah! We have a debate going on!
Okay. Let's start off with the first category for both movies. The better main character. Oscar versus Poe. Now, for me, I honestly think that Oscar is a better character, mainly because, one, unlike Poe, who stays constant throughout the entire movie, Oscar actually develops and goes through an arc. At least that's how I view at it. And, like, the story he goes through, at least, is more likely to happen than a panda in the middle of feudal Japan. or whenever the series takes place.
You would actually be surprised. Almost so many events within this franchise all have to do with in one way or another, Poe relates to different incidents. Like, spoilers for the second movie, the way Poe was found by his adoptive father was, you see, the main villain of the second movie, he found out by this shaman type lady that, oh hey, if you don't change your ways and stop this takeover, or whatever you want to call it, then one day you're gonna get your butt kicked by a panda. You'll reign we're in. And so, he wasn't even supposed to know about that. He overheard the shaman woman talking with his parents. But after he heard that, instead of trying to be a better person, his idea was to go to the nearby panda village and execute every single one with fire. And it just so happens that Poe's family resided in said village, and his mother had stored him away in an effort to save his life. His mother had stored him away in a shipping crate that was destined for the town in the films, which is how he met his dad. And so in a way, yeah, in a way he kind of made the prophecy happen himself, because one of the babies from the very village he tried to execute eventually became the one who was gonna beat him anyways.
Becoming the Dragon Warrior.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain this. It's been so long since I've seen the first one, but I still love it.
The last video we did was literally comparing Hetalia characters, and we just went all off on it.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if I can't explain stuff right. I'm remembering everything from my memory.
And we recently watched, the last time I was over here, watched Shark Tales.
Yeah, so, like, all the memory from this is, like, from when I was, like, 8. So I'm very sorry.
And all the memory from this was literally from a week ago.
Yeah.
And apologies if we start laughing uncontrollably. We can't control ourselves when we're around each other.
Yeah, we always have a good time.
Okay, now for best villain. And, like...
Wait, this one, since these only have... This one doesn't have any sequels. I figured we should just stick to the first movie.
Yeah, for best villain.
For best villain, yeah.
Okay, so...
Sorry.
So, honestly, I gotta give it to Don Lino. Because he's, pardon my language, the freaking Godfather.
And it's awesome.
And he literally says it in the movie. Because, Don, again, I forget his name, but, actually not the Godfather, the mob boss, Tony Soprano, or whoever it is, voices the main character.
I think it is Tony Soprano.
What's going on?
Wait, it should say on the box.
Great video.
Oh yes, very fantabulous. Will Smith, Jack Black.
No, Robert De Niro. Robert De
Niro. Oh yeah.
I don't want to piss off any of the Soprano fans.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, again, he's the freaking Godfather.
And he's awesome.
Meanwhile...
Shan Yu.
We were talking about Mulan earlier.
I mean... Wait! Did I just say... I mean, Tai Lung! Tai Lung!
It's the right era.
And I mean, they're all basically like... They're all remind me of Megatron from Transformers Prime. Like... I can just imagine Tai Lung, Shan Yu, Shere Khan, and Megatron all sitting in a flippin' room. Well, maybe
Tai Lung, not Shere Khan.
I said Tai Lung.
But you said, oh right, you were referring to, okay.
I was like, I can imagine those 4 dudes all sitting in a flippin' room together and all just evilly brooding about their ultimate plans for world domination.
That was foiled by their main character.
Or for Shere Khan's case, just kill the child. Revenge for my family.
Insert joke about a never gonna happen. Jungle Book 3.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
Okay, so.
But can you see the resemblance? Like
yeah.
if you've ever seen Transformers Prime, Megatron is an evil warlord who wants to take over not just a region, but an entire planet. Originally Cybertron, now it's Earth. He's dark, he's brooding, he's menacing. He's very smart and calculating, and he is not afraid to take out anyone who stands in his way, be they friend or foe. And I honestly feel that the likes of, that Shan Yu and Tai Lung are very similar to that, because they're dark, they're brooding, they're smart and calculating. And not to mention, all of them are very great fighters, whether it be with swords or hand-to-hand combat.
And it's kind of funny that, like, that she brings an excellent parallel to the two films. I mean, because we were talking about Mulan earlier, and we're not talking about that crappy live-action remake. Get that out of here.
Yeah, no.
But, again, as I mentioned, they're both in the same era, and actually mentioned that the movies were based on semi-actual events in Japanese/Chinese history. Like,
I think it's both China, because doesn't both movies take place in China?
Yeah. I don't know why I said Japanese. I'm thinking about anime.
Oh, we're very sorry. We are scatterbrained.
This video is just going to go all over the place. And we're already 11 minutes in.
Wait, we're how many? 11 minutes? Oh, gosh.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, focus.
And honestly, we'll let you guys decide who's the better villain. I think it's Don Lino, and she thinks it's
Tai
Lung for reasons of.
I think it's Tai Lung because although I will admit that Don Lino is a very awesome mob boss character who does show to have a soft side when it comes to his family, which is actually nice to see when it comes to the main villain. The main villain doesn't always have to be entirely evil.
Rest in peace, Frankie.
Yes, rest in peace, Frankie. So it was a really nice change of pace, but I personally prefer Tai Lung because not only is he like not only is he a dark, brooding character who knows how to kick butt and take names, but he also has a very interesting backstory. He isn't like Shifu, who's the master of all the Kung Fu fighters we see in the show and everything. He actually found Tai Lung when he was a baby and raised him as his own. So it was rather interesting to see Tai Lung go from this happy little baby who just wanted to make his dad happy to an obsessed, dark maniac who will stop at nothing to get the scroll.
Which makes me feel bad for Tigress later in the film.
And Shifu. I mean, imagine how hard it is fighting your own kid and having to possibly kill them just to save everybody.
Now, the reason I bring up Tigress is because if you've seen the movie, you know she wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah, she wanted to gain Shifu's approval. She wanted to be accepted and loved as well. But because of the hurt and betrayal that Shifu still felt after watching his son turn evil and watching him get dragged away to prison for the rest of his life, he didn't want to risk another situation where he'd grow to care about somebody so much only for them to turn on him.
Now, funny enough, both actually go through something similar because Lenny, he's not like the other sharks, and
he wants to be vegetarian.
And also he wants to be a dolphin because it's secretly a transphobic movie. But
Wait,
for real,
transgender.
But for seriously though,
I don't know the word. The end.
we mentioned we cut up when we were around each other. But anyways, to be serious for a second, they both go through serious family stuff in the movie.
Yeah, and that's the main
argument. And now we'll let you guys decide down below which movie you guys think is superior, but we're going to keep debating. Okay, next is the supporting characters. So for this movie, it's Lenny and Angie. For this one...
Along with the crab. And the pufferfish man.
And Mr. Sykes
Yeah,
and
Mr. Sykes.
Crazy
Joe.
So basically, I mean, Crazy Joe's not in it for most of the film, but
He's
does
just there
have
comedic
timing.
Yes.
And Mr. Sykes is basically the father figure for Oscar because, like, not only is he his boss, he also becomes his manager, and by the end, a friend.
Yeah. Not to mention, if you listen to the film, doesn't Mr. Sykes mention something about his father or something?
Oh yeah, because his dad worked for the Well Wash for several years.
So I think Sykes probably felt responsible for helping take care of Oscar after his dad left or passed away.
And like, I would talk about Ernie and Bernie as well because they are also part of the series,
and they're also
movie.
There for comedic relief.
But I'm focusing on the people you get to see more of because Angie, who's the main love interest, we're not talking about Lola because she's one of the villains.
Screw Lola.
And Lenny because he's you used it the right way. Lenny is one of like the two main characters of the film. Yes. Oscar's the main character, but Lenny is the second in command, right next to him. And it's actually more about him than it is about Oscar.
Yeah. Although Oscar does go through, I think Oscar, I agree with you, between Oscar and Poe, although Poe does learn to accept himself and become the Dragon Warrior, I think Oscar had more personal drama in the movie. Like, he really changed more because he went from wanting to live it up big and go from being a nobody to becoming a somebody.
To getting actually what he wanted.
To actually getting what he wanted and realizing that he didn't need all that to be happy.
You know what I just realized? Have you seen the movie Igor?
No.
Oh.
I wish I had.
Well, that's basically the same plot. The plot of this movie is the plot of Igor.
I'm very sorry for interrupting you so much.
No, it's all right. We're debating. You can literally do that whenever you need.
No, thank you.
Okay, so, and as for Kung Fu Panda...
well, I already explained Poe's backstory, which is basically...
Side characters.
Oh. Well, I'm getting to that. I already explained Poe's backstory. But I think, as for the side characters, I think they're probably my favorite part about the movie.
Tigress, Monkey...
Yeah.
Crane...
Mantis,
and Viper.
Yes. And Chifu.
Well,
and the turtle.
True. Oogway.
Sorry.
For someone who doesn't like the film, I remember it more than she does. But then again...
I've only seen it... Last time I seen it, I was 8 years old. I'm trying to remember from so long
That's actually the last time I saw it, too. But mind you, I did watch the Nickelodeon show, which we're going to talk about that later and compare it to The Penguins of Madagascar. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you can tell which one's the superior one. But that's for another video.
I really loved all of them in one way or another. But I will say there were a couple that definitely, to me, showed the most personality. Like, take the funny scenes when Mantis is taking those little sticks and jabbing them into Poe.
Acupuncture.
To me, yeah, acupuncture. To me, that was just the funniest thing. Mantis is trying to help Poe relax and not feel pain or whatever with the acupuncture, and then all of a sudden he sticks the right nerve, and Tigress almost kills Poe for it.
And that's at the same time. Tigress is in the middle of pouring her heart out, telling the backstory for Shifu, and the rest of the what's it called,
Furious Five.
The Furious Five are listening, and like she's
pouring her heart out, and then all of a sudden, So to me, I love the side characters because just watching their personalities interact. Because although many of them are very calm, as you'll probably notice, partially due to their training, they do still retain their own sense of humor and personality. Like Viper, she's very sweet and caring. She usually seems like the peace negotiator. Mantis, he's like, oh, sorry about that, didn't see you there. He's
voiced by Jackie Chan, might I add.
Voiced by Jackie Chan. He's like, He's like ready for action. He's always ready for action, but he also likes to make people laugh and cut up. Um, Crane, he's even though he's an excellent kung fu fighter, he's a lot like Rivali from Breath of the Wild to me, or Rivali's a lot like him, in that they both are very good in terms of their flying techniques and their fighting style, but they both have their own downfalls. With Rivali, it's his ego. He got too full of himself, with good reason, of course, but eventually that seems like it helped his downfall. Because he believed he was so superior, it ended up being what caused him to be taken down. While with Crane, he seems to be the most scared of the group. He seems the most cautious. A bit, not exactly a coward, but if he's always wants to look for the safest alternative, it seems. Which I think it's very interesting to see so many varying personalities trying to work together and actually succeeding and taking down some of the toughest foes in all of China.
Then there's Oogway.
Yes, Oogway, the precious, wise old turtle of peace.
Who not only dies 10 minutes into the film,
Which was sad.
and leaves the... Actually, yeah, that is arguably one of the most beautiful
deaths ever.
Yes. But and we get to see him like within the rest of the series, but we're not talking about the rest of the series in this. We're talking about just the movie. And Shifu, who is reluctant to teach Poe at the beginning, but then once they bond, they hit it off.
Yeah, they get close, and Shifu, like you can only like
no
Shifu,
shipping.
Shifu had a lot of responsibility. Like, for so many years, not only was he taking care of the Furious Five, but he was still learning from his master. So, imagine having to take this brand new warrior and train him literally just minutes after the person you have known your entire life has passed on. So, he had to deal with the death of a loved one and reluctantly teach this big, clumsy panda to fight.
And that funny good thing she brought that up, because that leads into the next category, the climax of the film, which is both the final fight as well as the moral. Which honestly, I'm giving it to this movie, because the literal moral to this film: accept others for who they are. And this movie came out in 2006.
Yes, and this one came out in sometime.
And that was before the whole...
I can't read when it came out. It's like scratchy right there.
And now this came out before, like in early 2006, back when people were a lot less lenient than they are now about that kind of thing, and the world was a lot less accepting.
I'm still trying to find when this came out. 2008.
A few years before. Actually, well, then again, this came out the same time period.
Yes.
The early 2000s. Well, not early, but, mid 2000s. I was born in 2001.
You were about 7.
In
2008.
And, which means I was 6 when this movie came out. Because I actually grew up watching this movie. It was actually this movie and Madagascar, which is a much better film.
Circus.
That's the third film.
I know.
Okay. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. At the time, the message was this. That message was not as kosher as it is now, because with it being less lenient and more accepting of people nowadays than it was in 2006, before Obama was elected and legalized gay marriage, and that whole tirade, which we're not getting into,
because that would be that would make this even longer than it currently is.
And it's currently 24 minutes in.
We are so sorry for wasting your time, people.
Okay, and also the main chase. I love the shrimp at the beginning of the film, because the story the little guy the shrimp tells is...
It actually turned out to be true.
And because you literally get to see, as Don Lino is stuck in the thing...
He's like, well, look who's stuck in the porthole. Say hello to my little friends.
And as the rest of the shrimp go, you literally get to see the little shrimp just with his nubs struggling to swim.
Just going at him like...
And like, I had seen this movie when I was younger, and I never noticed that until the last time I watched it. I was like, oh my god! Which, yes, I'm saying, God, come at me. But we're not going to go into that. Anyways, now, on to...
Oh, the climax for this movie, I actually think this one has a similar premise when it comes to... But instead of accepting your other people, or just being happy... Instead of like the whole got what you wanted but thing but realizing you had what you wanted all along, this one is more about coming to terms with yourself instead of expecting something great and grandiose, coming to realize that really the most meaningful thing, it doesn't matter the superpower.
There is no secret ingredient.
There is no secret ingredient. Oh crap, I screwed this up so bad.
You're good.
Okay, let me retry. I love the message for this one. Although it's kind of similar, I love how that the whole point of it was there is no secret ingredient. All that matters is what's within you. You and your true self is all that matters. You don't need any flashy powers or anything to make a difference. You can make a difference just by being yourself and coming to terms with liking who you are.
Meanwhile, I like the fact that
makes sense.
They build up the dragon scroll throughout most of the film, and then when it's finally brought out and sees that it's blank, and that was mainly what Tai Lung wanted, was the dragon scroll.
And he was unable to understand the meaning. Poe understood it. He was able to see that all the message was about your inner self and everything.
Because he grew up in a noodle shop.
Yeah, I think his dad clarified it the most though. Like, you don't need something special to feel special. Sometimes the most special things in the world can come from the most unlikely of places.
And lastly,
the movie explains it way better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to cut you off in the middle of your point,
you're fine.
But
I struggle.
I'm trying to find one last plot line, one last thing to argue, because we need a final category.
How about the ending? Like, what happens after the main villain's all defeated and stuff?
Oh, all right. It's basically what happened. The ending of the film, which for my movie, it has Oscar becoming the
head manager,
the co-owner of Sykes and Oscar and Sykes Wellwash, and not only do the sharks come in and like, yeah, we cool, and basically they have like this awesome like moment with each other where they have a dance off and we have a nice song.
It's like instead of being a regular car wash, it's like a disco dance car wash style.
Very 80s.
Very 80s, yes. But still very fun to watch.
And her film.
Oh wait, how did it end for my film?
Again, we have to preface, we haven't seen this film in a while.
I suggested it, and I barely remember the ending. Well, I think we get to it. Let's see. Tai Lung is defeated by the Pinky Hold, and I think everyone is like cheering and having a good time and stuff. But I think we get to see a bit. I don't know. I think we got to see like how their lives continued a little bit after that, and you got to see Poe spending time with his dad or something.
As well as, like, at the very end, there's, like, a post-credit thing where basically Poe goes and lays down next to Shifu, and, like, he keeps, annoying him, and then he just goes, "Can I get something to eat?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best part. I'm very sorry. I wish I could remember the ending to this. The most I can remember is like that part and the part where skidoo, skidoosh,
No, no,
skidoosh.
no, it's
Wait, isn't it the? Is it the?
skadoosh.
Wait, is it the pinky? Or wait, which one is it?
You know, it's again, we're nerdy, so we would know we would do this. Okay, it's the wishy finger hold.
Wishy finger hold?
There's no way she would tell it. You had to do that. No, I learned it on my own. So you
It's
know
not
what?
that hard.
It's not that hard. So you know what happens when I put down my pinky.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, Jack Black does it way better. Which honestly, actually, no. No, that's not the last category. The last category is Jack Black's roles in the film. Honestly, I like him better here than than here, but that was before he did School of Rock, because like after that film, his movies just became the same thing as the rest.
He did very good as R.L. Stein, though, in the Goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's not his best.
I haven't seen the new
It's not the best film, but it's not the best film. I still think these two are better. But it's very fun to watch him be like this grumpy old, everyone get in the car now type of character.
I mean, I haven't seen him in Jumanji either, but I imagine he's the same way in that.
Wait, he's in Jumanji?
Yeah, the remake. The two remakes. The remake and then the sequel. But yeah, I gotta give it to I'm giving it to Lenny.
He actually played in a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. It wasn't Goosebumps because it's not scary.
It was like, I Know What You Did. I Know What You Did something.
And then his role as we all know, Poe, I'll give him this. He seems to be having fun in the movie.
Yes. I mean, he wouldn't do 3 movies if he wasn't.
Or a series. Actually, no, he didn't even do the series.
No, he was in the series.
I could have sworn he did. I could have sworn they had someone else play him.
I'm pretty sure he was in the series. I recognize the voice anyways.
We'll look it up
I
later.
could be wrong. I'm sorry, people.
We'll look it up later, and then I'll put it in the comments.
I'm very sorry.
Actually, if you want to go ahead and tell me how wrong I was, go to the comments below, and I will block you.
Correct my memory. I remember nothing.
But anyways, after this
32 minutes, people. We sorry. We wasted 32 minutes of your life.
After this awful start to a series, which is gonna have more to it because we will be doing more.
Next time we're gonna use movies that we've seen recently. Though, like we're gonna watch them first,
and then debate.
Because
actually, no. Toy Story 1 versus Toy Story 4, which I'll show you Toy Story 4.
I finally get to watch Toy Story 4. We have Blu-ray now.
So we're basically going to be doing the first Pixar film and the one that wasn't needed to be made because there was no need for Toy Story 4.
I think Toy Story 3 was definitely necessary though.
Toy Story 3 was because that was the best way to end it.
Yes.
But Toy Story 4, which you can come at me, was not needed.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've seen like part of the beginning maybe.
I showed it to you.
Yeah, he showed it to me. I really like it. It's nice to see. I guess it's nice to see. It was nice to know that. What's the
characters? It was nice.
Bo, come back.
Because she wasn't in the third film, and now we know why.
It was really sad. It was really sad that she wasn't in the third film.
Now we know why.
I think that was the main reason she was brought back is just to let us know what happened to Bo. But I can agree. I think it was good as a trilogy.
Not a fourology.
Or quadrology.
Which honestly, I'm actually looking forward to Cars 4. But that's a whole nother thing.
There's a Cars 4?
It's supposed to be coming out soon. Or sometime soon. Anyway, that's
the end, y'all.
Stay tuned for the rest of the series we're about to make, because as of this video, we are starting a new series where basically we get nerdy and compare two films that, honestly, in this movie, the only tie-in to each other is because Jack Black was in both.
I will say, though, I like the fight scenes more in this one, because, like, they're more epic. But I do love how in Shark Tales, like, instead of, like, doing a direct direct kung fu fighting type style. They actually do like like the whole fight is like one giant chase scene filled with lots of traps.
Meanwhile, we didn't even mention that. But it's funny that Don Lino ends up chasing him because Frankie originally chased him and got hit by a frickin' anchor.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're done wasting your time now. Hope you enjoy this 34-minute long video
of cringe and forgetfulness.
And
Time to fight it.
do the outro. Do the outro with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.